All right, let's do a little bit of an example of a mod 6-2. So 6-2 is where the setter is always front row, right? So say we still have Susie and Sam. Yay! But we want to always have 3 attackers in the front row because that gives us more options, and we really, want to take advantage of always having 3 attackers in the front row. So we want to use the 6-2 because we want our setter to come from the back row, enabling 3 front row hitters. So say we still have Susie and Sam, okay? Luckily, Sam, she can play front row, and now she doesn't have to set, so she can also hit, she can block. But when she's back row, she can set, and she can play defense. So Sam is like, woo, woo, yay. Susie is a mad dog back row, but again, when we get to front row, maybe not so much on the block and the attacking. She doesn't have that skill set. But we have Jen, who is not a setter, and she's 6'2", so she's not a setter, but she can block and she can attack. So what we would do, say we have Susie setting first, then Sam can be her opposite, and then when we swing around, Sam becomes a setter, but we are not wanting Susie to play front row, so we substitute her with Jen, which means we don't have an extra setter in the front row, but we have 3 attackers. So the modification is, the front row person is not the setter, so we can put a taller, more attackability person in the front row. As the new word, just made it up, attackability. You can also do, so say Sam is, she's like Susie, she's a little powerhouse. And then we have Jessica, who's also 6 foot and not a setter. So we can run a double mod, right? All the setters are not tall, but they're going to set from the back row, and all the tall chicks. So we could have Jen go in for Sam and Jessica go in for Susie. Where you get into a problem with this is literally every 3 rotations you're doing 2 subs. So we're only allowed 15 subs per set. So we can get into substitution troubles if we do this. If everybody else is a 6 rotation player, we got the bro going in for the middles, then it's not a problem. But it can be very problematic if one of our pins can't play back row or play 6 rotations and we have to sub in for that person as well. We will literally run out of subs. Totally done that before. So, and then everybody just has to stay where they are. There are no subs. And if you have that problem with the sub, if you're doing a double sub 6-2 mod, and then you run out of subs, then no lie, one of your short setters is going to have to play front row. So that's kind of a tricky situation if you get to the sub issues. And then you have to, you either go and then you have a tall chick in the back that maybe isn't that great at defense, and then you would actually, if that happened, because your non-setters would be in the back row, you have to switch over to the 5-1. That's why you have to know both systems of play in case something happens, and you have to work. So a modification to a system is always based on the setter, and you're trying to just get the best personnel on the court that can work powerfully.